What's going on, guys? I am filming this video really late at night. That's why my voice is a little hush right now. My brother's in the other room sleeping. Um, yeah, I just went on Twitter. For those of you that don't know, I'm a big James Bond fan. Um, I have been toying with the idea of doing this video for quite some time. Toyed with one for the rumored plot details and title, the release date, and when it was rumored that Daniel Craig was coming back, but I held off until there was an official announcement. Now, we have one. Daniel Craig is officially coming back for Bond 25. Craig had made this announcement on the Late Night Show with Stephen Colbert. He said it point blank, this is going to be his last one. He said he always wanted to do one, just needed a break. Yeah, I think people are going to have a lot of mixed thoughts about this. I, for one, personally, have been wanting for it to happen, for him to come back, despite all of the negativity in the interviews after Spectre was released. Yeah, I can admit it. Daniel Craig's kind of an asshole. But I think this is a good move. It gives him one final Bond adventure to possibly wrap up some loose ends from Spectre, even though that movie wrapped up loose ends from Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall. You can just wrap up the Spectre and Blofeld storyline in one final movie, if that's what they're going to do, and then try and find another actor to play Bond later on while you're probably filming that movie. I mean, the only thing though is that if you do that while you're filming the movie, Craig might not care as much. Might feel like he's trying to phone it in. But that might be the way they go about it. If you're on the train where you don't want Daniel Craig to return as Bond, there's two ways of looking at this. One is how he acted in interviews and how he behaved after Spectre was released. His comments in those interviews. Yeah, he just went about it the wrong way. Definitely not a good way to go about it. Um, and you can look at it this way too. His storyline as Bond kind of wrapped up in Spectre. I think a lot of people will be like, well, that was his final one. It should have been his final one. Everything's wrapped up. He tied up all the loose ends. So just let him go out like that. Which, I mean, if that was his last one, I mean, I'd be okay with it. I personally enjoyed Spectre. I didn't hate it like some people do. It's actually in my top 10 for Bond movies, to be honest with you. I just wanted one final one. The way Blofeld looked at Bond on the bridge when he went off with Madeline, I was like, Blofeld wants revenge on Bond, and I think here's how I think Bond 25 should play out. Should be Blofeld going to prison, him escaping, him sending a henchman after Madeline and kill her, and then Bond is heartbroken and Bond goes on a revenge spree against Blofeld. Although that will sound too much like Quantum of Solace, I guess, but you could also bring this. Obviously, it's going to be an over-the-top ridiculous plot because all Bond plots are into it. I actually came up with a plot for Bond 25 that involved like anthrax, I think, something like that, and how Blofeld was like blackmailing countries into attacking each other so he could restore a new world order. That would be interesting. I kind of please steal it from me. I kind of hope that happens. But then you can just look at it as, that happened, and Daniel Craig really needs to do another one. So the way Spectre ended, it kind of goes both ways for his return. He acted in interviews. Yeah, you could say, yeah, he didn't want to come back. But I think he had it in his mind all along anyway, even though he acted like a total asshat, which, yeah, I agree. He was an asshat. He didn't act the right way. He should have known better. And quite frankly, he probably doesn't enjoy playing Bond because he knows after Bond, there's probably no career. But I think this is the right move. It's his final one. If people don't like him now, you just have to deal with him for one more movie, and you don't have to have a Bond movie for another 2 years. I mean, it's coming out November 8th of 2019. So it is now official. Daniel Craig returning as Bond. There was a tabloid rumor too that he had signed on for Bond 26, and that's not true. He confirmed it that this is his last one, which is good because I think 5 is a good number for a Bond actor. And plus, two, you don't want him to overstay his welcome. A lot of people were probably thinking that he has overstayed his welcome now that he's coming back. But I mean, 5's a good round number for a Bond actor. I mean, he's gonna be 51 when it comes out, and it's like you don't want to extend it further into somebody's career where like he could be playing Bond when he's 55, and we saw Roger Moore playing Bond when he was 57, and that didn't work out. By the way, rest in peace, Roger Moore. Age of 38 to 51, 5 Bond films. I think that's a good solid decade and a half. Good solid 5 movies. I don't think you should get more than 4 or 5 movies as Bond anyway. So yeah, so Daniel Craig returning. What are your thoughts on Daniel Craig returning? Drop me some feedback. I personally like it. I understand the circumstances surrounding the comments. I don't support the comments that he made after Spectre in those interviews, but I do think that this had to be done. I'm glad it was done, and that I can finally comment on it in a video. So what are your thoughts on Daniel Craig coming back? Please drop me some feedback in the comment section below. And for more news and reviews, you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. You're on YouTube, subscribe at the end of this video, and check out some other past reviews I have done. I will see you next time. I should have reviews of Wind River and Ingrid Goes West. I'll be filming those with my buddy Dwayne Miller. So check those out. Be on the lookout for those. Like I said, really late night video here. I didn't even film with my movies in the background, so yeah, that's that. Daniel Craig coming back as Bond, November 8th, 2019, Bond 25. We'll see you then. Or before then, actually. I'll be back before then. Bond will be back in 2019.